the first steps or the first thing you need to have in creating wealth is not money. The first thing is knowledge. Even the scripture says, my people are perished for lack of knowledge. Friend, Dr. Emmanuel O. Odigi. All right. I just want you, wherever you're watching us from right now, I want you to invite your friends. I want you to call on people. Let's come and learn together. All right, let's know some questions that makes people rich. Let me know your name and where you are watching us from. Today I'm going to be sharing with us the things that, or the questions that the rich people ask. All right, there are questions that they've asked why they were like you or some of you, and they begin to answer those questions, and every attempt to answer that question has always taken them from that level where they are, where they were to where they are right now. Some of them may have actually not gotten to where they need to be as far as wealth creation is concerned, but they gradually walking towards it. It may take time. And I want to say here, like I've always said, wealth creation takes time. All right, it takes time. It's not, it doesn't come automatically. You have to be patient. But there are a set of rules. There are, processes. There are procedures that, when properly applied and followed, will definitely get you there. All right. So we're going to be looking at some of those questions that makes people rich. All right. So before I get on tonight, I want you to just like this video and share it. And I want you to invite many, leave us a comment in the comment section and let me know where exactly you are watching, where you are watching us from. All right. The very first question that a lot of persons ask, when they are in a certain state of their life and they want to move out from that state, they ask themselves, what is it that I'm tolerating that has actually kept me here? All right. What is it that I'm tolerating? What is it that I'm comfortable with? What is it that I have decided to put up with that has kept me poor? All right. You want to really ask yourself that question. What are the things that I have tolerated over time that has kept me where I am right now? For some of you, it may just be the association you have kept around you. Because trust me, the adage that says, show me your friend and I will tell you whom you are, has never failed 99%. You know why? Because you are an average of the 6 persons around you. A scholar once says that when you say you have 6 rich friends, you didn't count well because you are actually the 7th person without knowing. The same vein, when you say you have 6 poor friends and you are in the circle of these 6 poor friends, you also didn't count very well. You were actually the 7th person. All right. So you're an average of the 6th person around you. So the question you want to ask is, what have I tolerated over time that has kept me where I am right now? And until you answer this question genuinely and give yourself the right answer to this question, you will be so amazed that you'll be doing the same thing over and over again, and you will think you are making progress, and only for you to realize that the only thing actually moving in your life is not progress per se, it is just your age that is moving. The next question you want to ask yourself is, what will my life be like if money was not a problem? What will my life be like if money was not a problem? And I will tell you the genuine truth. A lot of persons have not sat themselves down to answer this question. Do you know the truth that sometimes you think money is a problem until you have an opportunity to be given $1 million and you realize that you don't even know what to do with that money? I don't know how many of you have gone into that state. Some amount of money just come to you either by chance or by just one means or the other, and you now start asking yourself, what should I do with this money? And sometimes you start asking the wrong people these questions. Of course, when you ask the wrong people, you know what's going to happen. They're going to help you to actually squander that money. So Because I've also had these issues with people. Sometimes they tell you, oh, I would have really loved to do this. Do they say a lot of things? And sometimes I just ask them, okay, if you are given a million, what can you do with it? And they start saying, actually, and like the comedian said, any comment that starts with actually is not going to end well. All right, yeah, any comment that starts with actually is not going to end well. If you are giving a million right now, that's a question to you right now. Let's say $1 million, right? You may say, okay, $1 million is too small. If you are giving $1 million right now, what can you do with it? So, if money was not the problem, what exactly would your dream have looked like? You need to start painting that picture. Because if you do not make that deliberate effort to start answering those questions right now, eventually when the money comes, what's going to happen is that you're going to find out there are going to be a lot of bills to pay instead of actually putting that money into things that were going to actually better your life. You're going to start paying off bills. You're going to start offsetting bills. You're going to find yourself even going into philanthropy. You just think that was what your life was about until the money gets finished and you're like, you know what? What did I do with the money? Yeah, that's the truth. If money was not a problem, what would you have done? What would your life have looked like? So you want to answer those questions right now. But these are questions that a lot of rich and wealthy people have answered in their life, and they have been able to, answer those questions and create a principle around those questions, and that is what is guiding their life. Like I've always said, if you do what the rich do, you will eventually get there some days. All right. So we are looking at the question the rich people actually asking, that have made them rich or that has kept them rich. The questions they've answered that has actually helped them and have promoted their life. The other question you want to ask yourself, what is my belief about money? A lot of persons, each time they come across something like that, oh, you're talking about money, every time you talk about money. Do you know what? The truth of the matter is, we all pretend over money until we need it deliberately. I don't care to know your faith. I don't care to know what you believe in. I don't care to know where you walk or how old are you. But I will tell you the truth. You believe it or you leave it. The reason why you are doing what you are doing is for you to have a better life. And you cannot have a better life when you are not earning income. And income is equals to money. All right. So how come you go to school to study a course of 5 years, accounting, engineering, medicine, and all of whatever course you want to do, and nobody teach you about money? Even your lecturer that is going to be teaching you Eco 101, or is going to be teaching you banking and finance, is going to be teaching you accounting, is going to be teaching you engineering, does not even understand the principle of money and how money works. So no wonder when people graduate and everybody goes in society, you start applying or begging to apply or begging to apply or applying to beg for a job because you just think that you're going to need a job to have a better life. Of course, that may be a good starting point. But the reality is that if you understand how money works, you understand the principle of money, and you have been able to answer some of these questions so sincerely, you'll be amazed at how you can gradually start creating wealth from nothing. Yes. Did I say from nothing? Yes, from nothing. Because the first steps or the first thing you need to have in creating wealth is not money. The first thing is knowledge. Even the scripture says, my people are perished for lack of knowledge. That is, lack of knowledge have killed so many more than money will do, or lack of money will do. All right. So, what exactly is my limiting belief? What is it that I do not believe about money? And trust me, if there are things, if you are the kind of person that believe that, you know what, I don't chase money, I don't subscribe to chasing money. Of course, you should know that. But there are people that make you feel like each time you talk about money, they make you feel like you are committing a worse sin. Listen, even the church need money. Yes, ministries need money. If you want to know, go to ministries that are doing real work of God. And I'll tell you the millions of naira they are committing to doing it. To even live stream those programs, they will tell you how much they spend on this. So let's get ourselves deceived and don't allow the devil to actually. What we shouldn't do is not to actually love it or to the point that we can exchange our souls for it. So what are your limiting beliefs? What are the things that have crowded your head about money? That when the topic of money comes up, it's turned you off even. Each time people talk about money, you're like, no, 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 no. Everything is not about money. There are principles in life. I agree with those principles. I agree with everything, but don't. All right. All right. The next thing I want to talk about, after you want to know what are your limiting beliefs about money, is that if you keep doing what you are doing now in the next 5 years, where will you be? Yes, very front question. And you need to answer that question genuinely. Don't allow yourself to deceive yourself. Sometimes we deceive ourselves by consoling ourselves with a lot of stuff like, I understand. No, 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 no. That's not the point we are saying now. As much as you understand, as much as you love what you're doing, but if you keep doing it, in the next 5 years, what will your life look like? Where will you be? How will it look like? I mean, what is a picture of your future that you can see now if you keep doing what you are doing for the next 5 years? And if you don't have a picture of the future of the next 5 years in what you are doing right now, it is time to call it a quit. Yes, and start all over again. It's called recalibration. You need to recalibrate your life. These are genuine questions. And once you find a genuine answer to these questions, you may just find out that you keep repeating what has been done before, thinking that you are making progress. But meanwhile, you are actually moving, but walking around a circle. Yes. All right. So you want to answer that question? Let me like this video and share it, and let me know if you are gaining value. Just leave it in the comment section. Let me know you are gaining value. All right. Now the next question is, as much as we now say, okay, what I'm doing right now, how am I sure in the next 5 years, if I keep doing it, where will my life be, or what will I, where will I be personally? The next question now you want to ask yourself is, what particular problem can you solve, and people will pay you to solve that problem? You know that if you solve this problem, you will be paid to solve this problem. You want to identify that particular problem. You want to identify that particular issue. All right? Because why? In it also lies a wealth generation channel for you. Because as much as possible, you want to create multiple streams of income. So what can you do right now? What service can you render? What can you put out there that people can actually are willing to pay you for? This is another question you want to ask yourself. If you are gaining value, I want you to like this video and share it, and I want you to let us know you are gaining value already. The last one I want to talk about tonight, I'm going to make this in two parts. The last one I want to talk about tonight is, what is it that I'm spending money on right now that in few time or few years or few months from now is going to lose its value? As a matter of fact, let me put it this way. What is it that I've spent money on, or I am trying to spend money on, that I may not need in the next 1 or 2 years? You definitely want to make sure such a thing, you call it off. The truth of the matter is that a lot of us have things that we spend money on that we're not going to be needing very soon. And we may not even need it for a very long time. And that is money kept that should have been working for you or put out for investment. So these are questions that you must ask yourself. These are things that you must have a meeting with yourself about. All right. You must have that theater with yourself. You must have that personal discussion with yourself to be able to scale up from where you are right now. Because the reason why you are doing what you are doing right now and you keep repeating what you are doing again and again is basically because of what you know, what you've refused to do, and the things that has actually not come out clearly to you. And the reason why they've not come out clearly to you because you don't know them. And that's where knowledge comes in. And I will just add this one, as a bonus on this particular part. It's, who can I collaborate with? Sometimes we like to do things in isolation. A lot of us like to move in private, which is very good. But sometimes you also understand that, if you want to go far, it's good to go alone. But if you want to go fast, rather, it is good to go alone. But if you want to go far, you want to go with others. Because two good heads are actually better than one. Who can I collaborate with? And you may start it with there are different ways of collaboration. Maybe in your office, all right? You may just say, okay, these are all co-workers, all of you probably earn salary at the same time. Okay, can we just collaboratively, they call it Ajo and they call it whatever names, put funds together and use it for an investment that can start generating money, or put funds together, give it to one person to invest, and the person start getting value, and then we give to another person, and it moves around. It's collaboration, and we must find those kind of people around us at every given time. Yes, it's very, very important. Who can I collaborate with? You must ask yourself these questions. And if you have friends, that are not within the chain, of collaborations, or people who are not ready to grow with you or move with you, there's no issues. You're not going to actually just call them off, but you may want to start working on yourself so that at the point it becomes very easy for you to find other people who share the same level of value with you. All right. If you are getting value right now, let me know you are getting value. Let me know you are getting value, and let me know where you are watching us from. The topic again is the question the rich people have asked, rather, that have kept them rich, or that makes them rich. Till I come your way again, I remain your friend. It's Emmanuel O. Odige saying, stay blessed. Thank you.